Wow. Never been in here before. As expected of a casino in an entertainment town, it seems to be crowded too. Too bad we don't have much time to play. I'll have to come back next time. You're sneaky too. I feel like you'd use your own cards or something. Wow, I really want to come back here when we have time. For now, let's see if we can get any information about Zephyr. You better be careful as we look around. This dude. Well, what do you guys say? Tonight's prize is 10 million Mira. Enough to make any dream you have come true. 10 million. It seems like this has happened before. Yes, it was last year. It was a commoner who was just about to fold. His rule was to never keep any of the Mira he won, always gets it back. Always bet it back. He ended up using all he had left after getting along with other people in the club. I heard that he regretted it quite a bit when he came to. Seems like a lame thing to happen. Yeah, it would have been a cool story with the last part. Well, given the mood in here, I'll bet he was drunk. A story about a high roller in a casino. This might be info that Monk would be interested in. I got a story for you, Monk. On top floor. What's going on up here? Oh, well, look who it is. Excuse me for butting in. Finally came. My luck's ran out. I've had it. It's okay to cancel that bet just now, isn't it? Pulling out now would bring shame to the title of king, wouldn't it? Now you've gone and said it. Alright, dealer, let's get it started already. Full house, this should be enough. You're naive, 4 of a kind. Huh? Please pardon the old man here. Seems like I've inadvertently kicked it into gear though. Royal straight flush? Wow. No way! What a splendid bluff. Well then, please pass all your chips over. Well, sorry. That's our leader. You're as skilled as always. No way, that has to be some kind of hoax. What's wrong, Zeno? You fell for the bluff too? You're young, don't be down. I'll treat you to a beer after this. It's immature to pick on someone when they're down. You guys. Hey there, young one. Long time no see. Ever since Sutherland. Long time no see to you too, Purple Lightning. Yes, long time no see, leader of Zephyr. It's kind of troubling to hear you speak so amicably with us. And this is Zephyr. I see. I heard about them. That's where Fee was. And this is the Jaeger King, just like the information said. Long time no see to you too, I see, maiden. And I really feel like I've seen that other young lady somewhere before. You've got some beauties with you, kid. I'm jealous. Why are you standing around talking? How about we go chat in that lounge over there? It seems you have plenty that you want to ask. Sounds good. You don't want liquor after all? It's a nice night, don't hold back. This is their special gold brand, it's on us, please go ahead. Think of it like we're giving you money. Well, we are working after all, and I wouldn't really want to get drunk in front of you guys. You're awfully cautious, so you won't go along with us? This old man is gonna get sad. But to think that a daughter of one of the 4 great houses would be along with Icy Maiden, a commissioned officer. I'm currently here on leisure only. Well, since I ended up in Lemire anyway, I just had to see the nightlife for Raquel. Exactly. You get it too. You don't have to be on guard like that. I did want to thank you properly for taking Fee in anyway. It's not something you can just thank any one of us for. As a fellow classmates in Class 7, we just looked out for each other. Class 7 and now the Bracer Guild, Fee has really chosen her own path. If you really want to thank us, how about you make time to go talk to her yourself as her former guardian? That hurts to hear. Well, when you put it like that, we don't have a good excuse. Still, we are grateful, just like we said on that ship before. Understood. How about we move on to the main topic? Won't try to say that you're in this area by coincidence, I assume? Are you plotting something with the Black Workshop? Huh? Coming out strong. I don't hate that sort of thing. It's fun to try and get even more to the core of things, yeah? For example, that thing you saw in Sutherland. You must be curious, no? That purple shadow. There are a lot of things I want to ask you, but will you answer without giving us any trouble? Well, certainly not for free. We have a confidentiality agreement after all. We can't just talk about things until enough time goes by. So then, how about we have a match first? Huh? Is that a Vantage Masters deck? Oh, that's the card game that's been popular recently. We're pretty into it ourselves. If you can beat us, we'll explain more. Information for a card game? You're as difficult to deal with as ever, aren't you, old man? Leader. If they complain, don't come crying to me. I'm just giving the young ones a chance. Now come take the information you want with your own hands. You win, Rean Schwarzer. It's fine, I'll tell you. But the Jaeger's way is to take the information you want with your own 2 hands. That's good with you? This really is Fee's dad. Understood, I accept. I mean, I've played Blade plenty of times before, but the game requires building decks always seemed too troublesome for me. I'm confident with blackjack and poker, but... And I have no doubt you'd be the winner in Poker Major. Anyways, these are unopened completion decks I just bought. I see, so you're saying it's a fair game. Let me be the judge. I'll decide that the decks aren't rigged. Do what you want. Well then, allow me to take 1 game. I'm in 2. How should we pair up? I'll face the Purple Lightning. I'll take the Icy Maiden then. I'd like to see her in action. Then I'm with you. Let's have a good battle. Alright then. Settling things with a good old duel. After that, they confirmed that the competition decks were legit and the games began. Alright, I'll play Conjuration here. You won't move your trump card, miss? Wow, you're good. Strengthen and attack with a blaze. Just deal 6 damage to the master. That's a strong blow. Instructor Sarah. Major Claire. They got used to the game well enough to put pressure on them at least. So you've been awful quiet for a while, so I'm assuming you'll be bursting soon. I'll use the Cure Your Bell skill that cures all damage. Ugh, I can't lose here. That Ash? That voice. What are you guys doing? Why are you guys here? That's when I thought we finally found you. Some of you recognize from back then, and some of you are new. Long time no see, Black Rabbit. So what have you been up to? That's what we want to know. You're out of your league, Valestine. I'll take over. Huh? What was that? I also have some skill with that game. I'm not as good as calculating as you, Major, but maybe I could take over? Wait. Is that okay? I guess we did just learn this on the fly. It seems like they have some more experience than we do. You don't mind? No problem here. You looked at your hands and decided to turn them over to someone else. Well, this is an interesting development. Well, what do you say, young one? Should we reshuffle to make it interesting? Are you sure? You're winning already. Well, it's not exactly fun to beat someone who's distracted, but this time I'll give it my all and take you out. Understood, we'll do as you suggest. Well, how about we use your own deck since we're here? Of course I'll use my own deck as well. Oh, I'm just gonna use the borrowed deck. I haven't done anything with my deck at all. Could I seriously actually have to defeat him? With a duel? Battle starter. Okay. It's been so long since I last played. It's been like 40 hours of game time since I last played a game of Blade. Probably even more than that at this point. Okay. I feel like I'm losing right now, pretty badly. Actually, I think I'm alright now. Jesus. Oh, I'm about to get destroyed. I gotta move you to the back. Oh, I definitely lost this. Because my deck of blade is absolute ass. Or did I? Yeah, I'm really... that caught me off guard that we had to actually play a game of Blade for a quest. I have no idea what these skills are. Oh god. This seems like an aggro deck. Oh shit. Draw? Wait. What is that supposed to mean? Wait. Oh my god. I have to do it again? Just because I got a draw? Are you serious? Come on, bruh. So it's either win or lose. Like, getting a draw, I have to do it again? Fine. Okay, I think I won finally. Thank you. Only +1 though, but I'll take it. Better than using my normal deck, 'cause I'm pretty sure I don't got shit in there. I did it somehow. I don't know how I did it either. But I believed in the heart of the cards. He did it! He did well to win. And Muse and Ash. This should end it. No way! 3 consecutive vanish and is 18 points of damage! Oh come on, where were you hiding those? So then are you gonna accuse me of cheating without proof? It's totally legal to save your trump cards to the end. You're an interesting fellow. Well, then my turn is over. And I'll lose on my next turn. Not bad. It was decided when you used Tide 3 turns ago. I'm impressed you could see victory so far in advance. Oh, it was just a luck of the draw. Looks like they all won. You two are amazing. It seems they employed perfect usage of the standard moves and battle formations. Ash probably cheated, huh? Well, anyway, I'm completely impressed. Oh, come on. To think that all three of us would actually lose. Well, I guess the young ones usually win. I must be getting old. Well, I don't really feel that victorious, to be honest. After all, I had to get my students to help, and we did start over. But a victory is a victory, and a promise is a promise, right? Time for your reward. Go ahead, ask whatever you like. By the way, the purple thing you saw before is called the Zector. I can't say any more about that due to a confidentiality agreement. Zector. Purple, the thing we saw in Sutherland. The Zector does sound like a Divine Knight kind of name. So then, questions other than that, it appears that including you guys, there's a fourth group at work here. Zephyr, Red Constellation, Nidhogg, and one more, the Purple Jaegers. What are the goals of each? Right to the point. Well, of course you'd ask. Each of us is pursuing something different, but there are two broad camps. On one side is Red Constellation and the Purple Jaegers. And on the other side is us and Nidhogg, hired by the government. The government hired those Black Jaegers. Is that right? I did suspect they were working for something like that. I assume that just because you're in the same camp doesn't mean you were hired by the government too. That's right. Well, we were just sort of backing Nidhogg up by coincidence. I guess we've already been found out in terms of who hired us. Well, we don't even have to tell you that Red Constellation is hired by the Society, but the problem is the Purple Jaegers. I'm sure you've already realized it, Sarah Balestine. The group that was decimated in the Northern Campaign but still couldn't throw their pride away. Those are the ones who withdrew from the Northern Jaeger Corps. Northern Jaeger Corps? They were the ones... It's the name of a bigger Jaeger Corps that was based in former North Ambria. So that's how it was after all. These three beat you fair and square. Isn't it a bit silly to just give the name and affiliations? Don't ask us to completely ignore our confidentiality agreements. I think this is more than enough for your reward. See you again somewhere.
なかなか楽しかったで。機会があればまた相手をしてもらおう。
These remaining cards. He left this kind of combo, that means there's no way around it. He was saving a huge damage combo for the end. He could have used this at any moment, but he held back. In other words, he lost on purpose no matter how you look at it. Based on this, that seems very likely. His invisible master is one thing, but he was prepping something too? This was the result of formidable superior tactics. That's the Jaeger thing then. Well, a win's a win. Stop overcomplicating it already. The information we got may have been little, but I believe the ramifications will be immense. Be proud, Rean, and you too, Muse and Ash. But thank you guys for coming, really. But I suppose I have to ask you why you're here in the first place. Oh, I'm feeling dizzy suddenly. I'm not used to all that pressure. Oh, you're full of it. Wait, I'm just as guilty. Right, they insisted on backing you up, instructor. I've seen the VM card game around. Perhaps I need to practice myself. That's not the problem here. Students shouldn't be in a place like this. Stop it. Just like last time and the time before, you were always going off on your own. Backing up instructor Schwarzer? Why is that needed? Well, we have no excuse. Right. Major, I already did scold them myself, so how about we leave it at that? Shut up, this is the jurisdiction of the person in charge. It is an outrage to defy an order and slip out. You're gonna hear it from me until bedtime. Oh, but if I go to bed too late, I'll break out. I'm getting tired already, please don't yell. Well, I feel bad for them, but there's nothing we can do. Well, it might be good for them to get a good ringing out once in a while. But I apologize. I had them help me get information out of the Jaegers. Well, that's a different matter. But we did get some pretty concerning info. Yes. The Jaeger corps that withdrew from Northumbria, right? The remnants after they were dispersed when Northumbria was annexed. Actually, the majority of the Northern Jaegers were incorporated into the local army, but there were few of them who went missing. Yes, most likely they fled to the center and west of the continent, but I never thought they'd come to La Mer, all the way at the west side of the Empire. The fact that they equip new armaments and protectors means that the society must be controlling them. Well, since they are in the same camp as the Red Constellation, that seems likely. This started to get complicated. I'm pretty surprised that the Imperial government is the one who hired Nidhogg too. That is information the RMP is not aware of either, but I did hear that the Intelligence Division is able to make use of Jaeger Corps for top secret missions. Lecter might know the details better, so if you can meet him tomorrow... Stop there, right there, Claire. You were off duty in those clothes and yet you were going around collecting information? How about you keep your place as a member of the military in mind? You are an elite after all. Right. Follow your orders and return to the capital tomorrow morning. And the rest of you, it's late now, but tomorrow I'll be hearing from each of you. Wow, I mean, I guess that's his job, but he seems pretty stubborn. Yeah, he's very helpful keeping an eye on the students though. He's in a tough position and he's making compromises for us. In that sense, it's like some of the edge was taken off of him when we first met. You see. I've already notified everyone about the information from today. Sarah, Major Claire, I've had a room arranged for you tonight. Got it. Can I ask you to share a room with me, Henji? But of course, let's float the night away just like old times. Randy's totally out. Being able to sleep on demand is one sign of a good soldier, I guess. But I feel like I haven't talked to them enough yet. It's been a whole year for me and everyone in Class 7. The moon is pretty. How about a walk in the evening breeze? I shouldn't go too far though. Tomorrow will be an early morning. So let's see. First room. Ever since then, I really felt how blessed I was to know you and George. They must be excited to be together. It's understandable they haven't seen each other in over a year either. They sensed you. Oh, he got me. I thought I was hiding my presence. Well, you seem more perceptive than before, Angelica. Yes, actually I visited a few schools of Taito when I was traveling. I ended up absorbing quite a bit more kung fu techniques as well. Right, you seem even sharper now too. So if you studied flow, you must have met your master too? Yes, he's from the Republic, so it's not easy to meet up with him. I got to ask him about all sorts of things. It was a productive meeting. Well, I don't know much about martial arts, but... So how far did you actually get on your bike tour of the continent? Well, it wasn't technically everywhere on the continent. I was in Liberl, Rimaferia, Oledo, Altair, and Liman, whatever. And then I was making my way to the east side of the continent. But it's still quite hard to get to East Zamuria. East Zamuria, I've heard rumors. Drought and deserts are spreading, and the places people can live are becoming rare. Yeah, it's been like that for a while, and many people have fled west into Calvard. Actually, my master Yoon recently went. Really? I guess that's what I'd expect of the 8 Leaves One Blade Master. In my case, I consulted with a local guild, and there are routes to get in, but it could take over 6 months to get there. My master said something like that in his letter. He said that the energy had been depleted in that region. Well, it seems like there are plenty of problems over there. If the Empire wasn't in this position, I'd like to go help as well. George said something similar too. He asked if there was something he could do with technology to support the people of the unconverted East. In reality, we could solve the problems of the Empire now. It might be a good challenge for us and the members of Class 7. Angie. You really are nice, Angie. But actually, we've already been helped out by a lot by people from outside the Empire. Right, so in that sense, one day we should contribute not just for the Empire, but for all of Zamuria, I think. Exactly. Big dreams and high ambition. After that, Rean and Angelica and Toa discussed the present state of affairs some more, and then because it was close to bedtime, Rean bid them good night. Is someone outside? Stop what you're doing, Claire. You may have His Excellency's favor, but if you keep doing what you did today, he'll strangle you. You don't understand, brother? You done goofed there, Rean. Sorry, I didn't mean to listen. Schwarzer, eavesdropping is not admirable. Well, that's my warning. You need to think about it yourself. About whether you should have been taken in by him 10 years ago. I'm sorry, I really wanted to just feel the night breeze. Tomorrow is an early day and I'll head back to my room. Rean. Would you just spend a little time with me? I'd like to continue what I talked about with you before. I think the moonlight will inspire me to keep talking. Understood. Please continue then. Actually, Major Irving is related to me. Originally, his name was Michael Revelt. He's my cousin. Cousin, I see. Somehow I had the feeling that there was a deeper relationship between you two. But 10 years ago, brother threw away his Revelt name. He took my aunt's name on his mother's side of the family. That was when his father, my uncle, snatched my family away and sent me to the gallows. Nani? You might know it, my family owned the Revelt company. Originally from St. Arc, the company was well known for making musical instruments. My father was the president and my uncle was vice president. The management was stable and sound, and all of us in the family were getting along fine. Though rare at the time, an horrible car accident happened. The driver was driving a stolen car and fled the scene. And in the end, the accident's cause was never determined. Even though it took my father, mother, and brother, it was a miracle that I survived. And I was taken in by my uncle. He assumed responsibility for the company, being the vice president. While feeling enormous gratitude to my uncle and his family, I always thought the same thing. Why was I the only one left alive? Then I realized what was going on. While organizing my father's belongings, I came across the ledgers from the past few years. And paging through it, I noticed something strange. Originally, the Revelt company produced quality instruments at affordable prices. But I saw a tremendous number of sales at unbelievable prices. While considering what that could possibly mean, I checked the other ledgers and realized what was going on. What my uncle, acting as vice president, had done behind my father's back. He mass-produced instruments in foreign companies and sold them as domestic goods, making tremendous profit. It was a fraud. He sold knockoff products to rich people, making a mockery of the work of the maestros who made the real products. My father had discovered the truth of what was going on, and when he moved to stop my uncle, the accident occurred. When I confronted him, he didn't even act surprised and admitted it right away.
証拠などない。あったとしても、有力貴族を味方につけている。
You have no proof, and even if you did, I have powerful nobles on my side.
騒いでも無駄だし。逆に一人だけ生
There's
き
no
残っ
point
たことを
struggling. I'll make you regret being the only one who survived.
悔しかったし、何よりも悲しかった。
It was awful, and I was so sad.
そうして途方に暮れていたところに、あの方が現れたんです。
And when I was totally lost, that person showed up.
君の父上とは士官学校時代の友人だった。
Your father was a friend from our days at the military academy.
気になっていたのだが、公務に追われ来るのが遅れた
I
のが
wanted to come earlier, but
謝る。
regrettably, I got caught up in official business.
なぜかあの方は事件の真相をすべて知っていました。
For some reason, he knew the entire truth behind the accident,
そして私がそれに気づいたことに驚きつつも、
and he was not surprised that I knew the
こうおっしゃ
truth,
ったんです。
he said.
君のその統合的共感覚という
That is your integrated sense of information synthesis.
全体と部分を瞬時に把握する能力はもともとあった先天的なものが事故で現れたと考える
Due to your ability to immediately grasp the whole truth from the fragments, you're able to determine the innate truth behind the accident.
この件私自
I
身の手で
intended to
裁こう
judge
と
this
思った
situation myself, but I've changed
気
my
が変
mind.
わった君のその能力
How
を
about
生か
avenging
す
your
形
parents and
で
your brother with your
両親
deductive
と弟の
abilities?
敵を討つつもりはないか
私は恐れ迷いました。
I was scared and
で
lost.
も父と母の何よりも宝物のように大切だった
But I could not let go of my father, my mother, and my little brother's smile that I wanted to protect more than anything.
私は閣下のアドバイスに従いつつ
Going along with His Excellency's advice, I started to collect all of the evidence I could regarding the accident.
背景
Background,
隠
motivation,
蔽工作
work to conceal it, execution of the crime.
司法当局が握りつぶ
All
せない
forms of indisputable evidence so the lawyers could not dispute anything.
最後にハイアームズ公の耳にも入り叔父と結託した貴族の
Finally, I
手を
got through to Lord Higharms, the man who colluded with my uncle,
厳正かつ
and
厳
strict
格な裁
judgment
き
was
が行われ
carried out.
叔父には
My
決刑
uncle
が下
was
されました
sentenced to death.
代償として私は家族と故郷を失いました。
But the cost was that I lost my family and my hometown.
取り戻した会社の
I transferred the management rights of the company to the veteran
しよ
employees.
うとしたんです。閣下に勧められた
And with the recommendation of His Excellency, I applied for admission to a traditional military academy in the suburbs of the capital.
ドールズ士官学院に入学するために
I entered Door's military academy. I finally understand why you believe in Chancellor Osborne, why you obey him, and why you have such sad eyes sometimes. Major Michael must be worried about you. Yes, he can be harsh, but I can really tell he cares for you.
はい。お互い鉄道憲兵隊に入
Right.
ったこ
It
とは
was a
偶然でしたけど
coincidence that we both joined the RMP, but
先輩と
he's
して
always there for me as is my
同僚としてい
senpai
つも助け
and
ら
my
れています。
family.
ですが、私
But I
にそ
don't
の
think
価
I
値がある
deserve
とは
that.
思えないんです。憎悪に取りつかれ、一切の慈悲もなく、叔父を極
Driven
刑
by
に追い
hatred
やった
without mercy, I forced the death penalty on my uncle.
10年前大好きだったおばさんや兄さん、
10 years ago, my aunt who I loved and my cousin screamed at me.
それだ
I
けの
did
こと
all
を
that.
しかし、
I'm sure they still
今
hate
で
me
も
to
憎
this
まれてい
day.
ると思います。
I don't think so. At the very least, at this moment, Major Michael does care for you. Everyone you know, well, even if they butt heads with you like Instructor Sarah, they could all never dislike you, including Milliam, Major Lecter, Elise, and Princess Elfin. Not to mention Yuna, all a former Class 7, and of course, me.
リーンさん。ダメですね。
This is bad.
白状すると、あなたのことを弟と重ねること
When
が
you say all
ありまして
that, it makes me think of my little brother. What was his name? His name was Emil.
生きていたらちょうど
He'd be exactly the same age as you if he
あなたと同い年だったんですよ。
was alive. Aw. What? Whoa. Okay. That was oh wow. I didn't expect that to happen. Well then, Claire. Okay. Making
話を聞い
moves.
てくださって。
Thank you for listening to me.
でも今夜をもって
But I will stop thinking of you as my younger brother from this night.
やめることにします。弟にも
It's not fair to my brother nor to you.
おやすみなさい。
Good night. Please have sweet dreams. I had a hunch that this was going to turn out to be a little intimate. And it turns out I was right. I never... You're a man now, Rean. That was just a mirage created by the moonlight. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, now we can actually talk with Sarah. Let me back in. Alright. What's wrong? Can't sleep? Not really. I just feel like so much happened, it would be good to check on people, yeah. Claire just gave you a smooch on the cheek, man. I see. Want to chat a bit before we sleep? It's nice to take a breather after work. So, this is a little strong, so just sip it. It's called Spiritus. It's liquor from Northumbria. And 95%, it's the strongest liquor in the world. Damn. Yeah, I don't think I can do any more than just sip it. But it did feel a little sweet on my tongue. That's what I like to hear. I never thought we'd be able to chat like this. New class 7. It's a good class. We still have a ways to go. I still feel like I'm fumbling around as a teacher. I wish I could guide them a bit better. Well, they seem to be as skilled as you guys were and pretty unique after all. But I'm sure it'll all work out. After all, they were worried about you and they all came looking for you. Well, I think one of them tempted the others to go, but... You already knew who the purple Jaegers were, didn't you? Yes, the way they just talked made me get a feeling. And your reaction confirmed it when I saw you. I see. Guess I still have work to do on hiding my feelings. I couldn't do anything at all during the Northern Campaign. It took too long while I was holding back the groups of dolls that were raining fire down on the city. We missed our chance before the occupation to restrain the top members of the Northern Jaegers before the society got to them. And while that was happening, a ceasefire was reached with the autonomous state's government. We might have been able to hold back the generals who rushed in to occupy the city. That's not right, Rean. The occupation of Northumbria was under orders from the imperial government. I heard that those generals aside, even the imperial army was contracted to go if needed. I think they understand that too.
でも君はそんな中何千何万もの市民を救った。
It was probably hopeless from the start.
それは
What was left for a country that was
ち
taken
ゃんと
over
分か
by
ってるんだと
Jaegers.
思う。
I think that person knew that.
まあもともと無理があったのかもしれないわね。両兵家業なんかで滅びゆく国を何とかする。
He's the first person I loved.
あの人もそれは分かっていたのかもしれない。
Huh?
と今のは私の初恋の人よ。
Even so, he's already a father. Oh, oops. Out of order. He's the first person I loved, huh?
と言っても
Even so, he's already a father.
28
20 years
年前の
ago, during the salt pile phenomenon,
国土の大半が塩で覆われた異変で親を失った赤ん坊を引き取った人。
he was a person who took in a child who lost their parents when the entire country was covered by salt.
元広告軍大佐で
A former colonel from the Imperial Army and the man who started the Northern Jaegers.
物心ついた時には故郷は荒れ果て、外貨を稼ぐ両兵たちはまさに
As long as I can remember, after losing my hometown, the Jaegers who brought their foreign currency were heroes.
育ててくれた
And the
養父
foster
は
father who raised me was one of the leaders of the Northern Jaegers.
私は父に憧れて10歳の時に少年両兵隊に入った。
On my father's recommendation, when I was 10, I joined the Young Jaegers Division.
厳しい訓練を積んで本隊への参加を認められたのが13歳の
The training was severe, and I was 13 by the time I was recognized as a member.
私は初めて
That was when I first tasted actual combat.
そこは地獄だった。
That was hell.
誰かの欲望のため
Fighting for someone else's desires, targeting someone's life.
私は血
I
と硝
continued to
煙に
paint
まみれ
using
なが
blood
ら
and
戦い
smoke.
続け、いつしか試練なんてあだ名の少女両兵として知られるようになった。
Eventually, I became known as the Girl Jaeger, the Purple Lightning,
その無理が限界に
until I
達する
finally
時
reached my limit.
18の時、私は中隊長として部隊を任される
When
よう
I
に
turned
なった。
18, I was given my own squad as a company commander,
そして帝国辺境であった任務。
and we embarked on a mission to fight in a proxy war between the big noble family and a big corporation at the outskirts of the empire.
相手はあのニーズヘッグ。でも私の部隊は彼らを撃破し続け、
The enemy was
勝利も
Nidhogg,
目前と思わ
but
れた
just
そ
when
の
my
時、
troop was beating them back and it looked like the battle was ours,
周辺民を巻き込むのを避けようとして私の部隊は手痛い反撃を食らった。
by trying to avoid involving innocents, we suffered a devastating counterattack.
絶対絶命かと思われたその時、私を救ってくれたのは父だった。
And when it looked like I wasn't going to make it, my father saved me.
総指揮官を務めていたのに私の部隊の危機に駆けつけて致命傷を負ってしまって。
He was serving as the general commander, but when he heard of my troops' peril, he rushed to us and sustained a fatal wound.
わかっただろう。これが良兵だ。
Now you get it. What it means to be a Jaeger.
この道を進むかどうか、今一度。
Think long and hard if this is the life you want.
元広告軍人だったからかな。丁寧な口調のダンディーな人だった。
He was a dandy person who spoke elegantly, maybe because he was a former Imperial Army soldier.
思えば私が両兵を
Now
や
that
る
I
ことに
think about it, he
最
never
初から
looked
最後まで
happy about me
理解を
fighting
示
as
し
a
て、
Jaeger.
最後にそんな言葉を残
And
し
then he
て
died in my arms after saying
私
that.
の腕の中で言ってしまった。私は絶叫して意識を失い、気がついたら帝国軍
I
の
lost
キャンプで
consciousness
手当を
after
受けてい
screaming
た。
so much. When I came to, I was being treated in an Imperial Army camp. Was that Instructor Beatrix who was treating you at the time?
ええ、辺境での両兵同士の戦いの被害を確認するために来ていたみたい。
Yes, they came to check on the status of the Jaeger war that was going on in the outskirts of the Empire.
少尉だった頃のナイトハルト中佐やバンダールのミュラー中佐もいたわ
Then
ね。
Lieutenant Neidhart and Mueller from the Vander family was
そ
there.
して 戦闘がとっくに終結し、
And the war finally ended, and my allies all returned to their homeland.
私はろくにお礼も言わずにキャンプか
I
ら
also ran off back to my homeland without even saying thank you at the camp.
帰郷した私を迎えたのは戦友や町の人たちの
I
温
was
かい言
greeted
葉
by
だ
the
った。
warm words of my friends and companions when I got home.
父を失ったものの戦争には勝利し、
The war that killed my father was won, and we got a huge chunk of mirror from the nobles.
これでこの冬は
And no one would have to starve to death again.
そんな話を聞い
When I
て
heard that I was so relieved, and for some reason the tears wouldn't
なぜだ
stop.
かな
Oops.
貧困にあえぐ故郷のため罪もない外国の人たちや土地を血と
In
硝
order
煙
to
に
save
ま
my
みれさせ
starving town, we laid waste to innocent foreigners with blood and smoke.
そんな欺瞞がどうしようもなく痛く、ただ
That deception was painful, but mostly I just felt sad.
そうして私は傭兵を辞め生まれ故郷を
After that,
離
I
れることに
decided
し
to
た。
leave my hometown and quit the Jaegers.
戦闘技術を生かせて永久になればそこそこ稼げるっていうブレイサーになって、
Making the best use of my combat skills, I joined the Bracer Guild and became a decent A-rank bracer.
せめて血がついていないミラをノーザンブリアに送るために。
If nothing else, to send money to North Ambria that I didn't get with blood. I finally get it. The truth behind your kindness and strength in your complex with older men.
全然強くないし優しくもないわ。
I'm not strong, and I'm not kind.
でも少しずつだけど近づけているとは信じている。
But I think I'm getting closer, even if just one step at a time.
父で上官で初恋の人で私が大好きだったあの人にね。
Closer to that person who was my father, my superior, and my first love. But I finally get it. The reason that your habits are like that of a rough old man. I'm self-conscious about being called a father-con though. Oh, she's self-aware. But it's not like a young man can't make my heart flutter either. Nani? Yo. Rean's getting lucky tonight.
喋りすぎちゃった。君、たらしの素質があるから反省しなさい。
I spoke too much. It's because you're such a player though, you should apologize.
まあ、少佐さんの後っていうのも個人的には尺だけど。
Although it's a shock that I'm the second one after the major.
それじゃ、おやすみ。
Well then, sweet dreams. His harem power just went up. What a crazy day. I'm not surprised that my eyes are clear, but my heart is surprisingly calm. Because you're used to it by now, buddy. Well, everyone's fast asleep now, so I should make sure not to wake them. Whew. Wow, and that was very unexpected. I didn't expect Rean to get 2 smooches, let alone 1. Or I mean, get a smooch, let alone 2. Okay, so, let's see. Let's go all the way to the back. Is Valimar gonna kiss us now?
ちなみに前に見せた紫のやつはゼクトールって名前だ。それ以上は守秘義務で話せねえがな。
Have you heard the name Zector before? Yes, I do. No, I haven't spoken with Musa yet. I do very faintly recall hearing that name. This is approximate, but I believe I have the relevant information. But I believe it is the name of the Divine Knight defeated by the 6th Imperial Prince 250 years ago. So I was right. Lucius Rice Arnor, he was said to use a bluish-purple Divine Knight. The actual invoker was a Jaeger group leader commissioned by the prince. He was quite the interesting fellow, it seems, but the prince took a liking to him. Yeah, the Palatine Knight. I see, in that sense it coincides with the Jaeger King. But that bluish-purple knight was defeated by the Crimson Demon King, right? In that sense, that Divine Knight is very similar to the one I saw. Concerning the gnomes and the Black Workshop, there is no way they are unrelated. That's true. Well, I'd really like to know if he's an enemy or a friend. Even if he is against society, I have a hard time believing he's a friend. For now, let us cautiously watch him. Please inform me if there are any further developments or information on this front. Will do. Okay. Where actually are they? Not outside, are they? Oh, they're probably in their rooms. Never mind. Okay. So let's see.
名誉なことだな。報酬が出ているぞ。
C28. Wait, did I? Where was she? I didn't see her anywhere. I literally walked through the whole thing. Hang on. Oh, it didn't let me go outside. That's probably why.
次もよろしく頼む。
Hang on, let me see if I can double check that real quick. I have 228 out of a currently possible 237.